The Viking Age, spanning roughly from the late 8th to the mid-11th centuries, was a period of remarkable change and upheaval in Europe. Originating from Scandinavia, a region encompassing modern-day Denmark, Norway and Sweden, the Vikings were not a unified nation, but rather a collection of seafaring peoples. Driven by a combination of factors, including population pressure, a thirst for wealth, and a spirit of adventure, Viking longships sailed across the known world. They left their mark on history through daring raids, far-reaching exploration, and the establishment of trade routes and settlements. The Vikings were skilled navigators and shipbuilders. Their iconic longships, powered by both sail and oars, allowed them to navigate rivers, seas, and oceans with remarkable speed and agility. While their raids, such as the infamous attack on the monastery at Lindisfarne in 793 AD, instilled fear across Europe, it is essential to remember that the Vikings were far more than just raiders. They were also explorers, traders, farmers, and skilled artisans. Their impact on European history and culture was profound, shaping the political landscape, influencing language, and leaving behind a rich legacy of art, mythology, and seafaring tradition. To understand the Vikings' impact on the world, we must first understand their society. Viking society, while often perceived as uniformly warlike, was actually quite complex and diverse. Family and kinship formed the bedrock of their social structure. Clans led by powerful chieftains provided structure and protection. Social hierarchy played a significant role in Viking society, with individuals categorized as jarls, chieftains, carls, freemen, or thralls, slaves. Daily life for the Vikings revolved around subsistence farming, fishing, and trade. Men and women shared the workload, with women often holding significant authority within the household and community. Skilled craftsmen, renowned for their metalwork, woodworking, and weaving, produced both practical goods and intricate decorations. Life in the harsh Scandinavian climate fostered resilience, ingenuity, and a strong sense of community. The Vikings possessed a rich and complex mythology that reflected their worldview and provided explanations for the natural world, human existence, and the cosmos. Passed down orally through generations, these myths and legends featured a pantheon of powerful gods and goddesses, mythical creatures, and epic heroes. Odin, the All-Father, ruled Asgard, the realm of the gods, and embodied wisdom, war, and magic. Thor, the god of thunder, protected both gods and humans from chaos and giants. Other prominent deities included Freya, the goddess of love and fertility, Loki, the trickster god, and Balder, the god of light and beauty. Viking myths often explored themes of fate, destiny, honor, and the struggle between good and evil. These stories served not only as entertainment but also as moral guides, providing insights into Viking values and beliefs. The Vikings' mastery of the sea was central to their identity and success. Their longships, clinker-built with overlapping planks of wood, were technological marvels of their time. Lightweight, yet remarkably strong, these vessels could navigate shallow rivers, withstand rough seas, and sail vast distances. Their shallow draft allowed them to land directly on beaches, facilitating raids and lightning-fast attacks. Driven by a combination of curiosity, a desire for new lands, and the pursuit of trade, Viking explorers ventured far beyond Scandinavia. They established settlements in Iceland, Greenland, and even reached the shores of North America centuries before Christopher Columbus. Leif Erikson, a Viking explorer from Greenland, is credited with leading the first European expedition to North America around the year 1000 AD, establishing a short-lived settlement at Lawrence Oaks Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada. And while the Vikings are often remembered for their raids and conquests, they were also astute traders and skilled craftsmen. Their voyages took them across vast distances, establishing trade networks that spanned from North America to the Caspian Sea. They traded in valuable commodities, such as timber, furs, walrus ivory, slaves, weapons, and luxury goods. Viking craftsmen were renowned for their artistry and craftsmanship. Blacksmiths forged weapons, tools, and jewelry, while woodcarvers created intricate designs on ships, furniture, and household items. Weavers produced textiles from wool and linen, often incorporating complex patterns and designs. The Vikings' artistic talents were not limited to practical objects. They also excelled in storytelling, poetry, and music, passing down their cultural heritage through generations. Section 6. The Raid on Lindisfarne, a turning point in history. In 793 AD, a group of Viking raiders attacked the monastery at Lindisfarne, an island off the coast of Northumbria in present-day England. This event, recorded by a horrified monk, sent shockwaves across Europe and marked the beginning of the Viking Age in the eyes of many historians. The raid on Lindisfarne was not merely an act of plunder, it was a symbolic attack on a centre of learning, religion, and wealth. The Vikings' success at Lindisfarne and subsequent raids on other coastal monasteries and settlements exposed the vulnerability of Europe's defences. It also fueled their reputation as fierce warriors and instilled fear in the hearts of many. The raid on Lindisfarne marked a turning point in history, ushering in an era of Viking expansion, conflict, and cultural exchange. Section 7. The legacy of Leif Erikson, Vikings in the New World. Leif Erikson, a Viking explorer from Greenland, embarked on a daring voyage westward around the year 1000 AD. Following in the footsteps of earlier Norse explorers who had sighted land to the west, Erikson led an expedition that reached the shores of North America. They established a short-lived settlement at Lance Oaks Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, marking the first documented European presence in the New World. While the Viking presence in North America was ultimately temporary, their voyages demonstrate their seafaring prowess and spirit of exploration. Erikson's journey, passed down through sagas and archaeological evidence, challenges the Eurocentric narrative of exploration and highlights the interconnectedness of the world even in the early medieval period. Section 8. The End of an Era, the Battle of Stamford Bridge and the Decline of Viking Power. The Battle of Stamford Bridge, fought on September 25, 1066, near the village of Stamford Bridge in England, marked a turning point in the Viking Age. The battle pitted the forces of the Norwegian king Harald Hardrada against the English army led by King Harold Godwinson. Hardrada, seeking to claim the English throne, had won a victory at the Battle of Fulford but was ultimately defeated and killed at Stamford Bridge. The Battle of Stamford Bridge, a decisive English victory, significantly weakened Viking power in England. It also depleted the English forces, leaving them vulnerable to the Norman invasion led by William the Conqueror just weeks later. The Norman conquest of England in 1066 is often seen as marking the end of the Viking Age, although Viking influence continued in Scandinavia and other parts of Europe. Section 9. Echoes of the North, the enduring legacy of the Vikings. The Vikings left an indelible mark on European history and culture. Their raids and conquests led to political upheaval, while their settlements and intermarriage with local populations resulted in cultural exchange and the blending of traditions. Viking influence can be seen in language, place names, legal systems, and artistic styles across Europe and beyond. Their legacy continues to captivate the imagination, inspiring literature, film, television, and video games. From their iconic longships to their intricate mythology and their reputation as fierce warriors and explorers, the Vikings remain a source of fascination and intrigue. By moving beyond the stereotype of bloodthirsty raiders, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity, ingenuity, and enduring legacy of these remarkable seafaring people.